Man, what is up, Cowboys Nation? Your boy Mike Tag here. Hopefully you guys are doing good. Let me fix a couple of things here. Get your comments when you drop them in there. We'll get you. As you guys are rolling in, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share. You see, I'm in a good mood. My Canes are in the playoffs. Notre Dame isn't. We're going to get into that in a little bit when we get Uncle Cheech on here too, since he is he's a college football aficionado. But just want to say, hey, appreciate everyone. We had a great show on Saturday, so definitely appreciate everyone who come to hang out with us right before the selection committee. So you saw the nervousness, you saw the angst in my voice and in my eyes, but they are there. Jimmy, how are you doing today, my man? You had a good weekend. You got your Knicks stuff on. You're already in basketball mode. I like it.
I'm in basketball and hockey mode, and you know what? My team. I don't know. That's for talking about in a little bit when we hit the NFL. But I'm doing great. I had Chinese food for dinner, so I'm trying to keep my eyes open. I know I'm going to be hungry after the show's over.
Now, what is your? I have a staple that when I go Chinese, when I go to the get the takeout, I have the same thing over and over. Yep. Are you a creature of habit, or do you mix it up a little bit? What's your style?
Well, I'm a creature of habit, but I mean, so it involves General Tao chicken, spicy chicken lo mein, beef and broccoli, sweet and sour chicken, and the boneless spare ribs. All the above, right?
Well, you got a smorgasbord. I mean, I get you hungry in 10 minutes. I'm sesame chicken. It's like sesame chicken. I get a little fried rice. You got the broccoli in there. You give me the egg roll, maybe an almond cookie or some yellow, and that's pretty much what I run with. That's my choice. I've been doing the same. We go to the same place. We go to the same Chinese restaurant. I can't make Chinese food. It's too easy to buy it. I mean,
but April, right? It's too easy to buy it, and I don't know how to put the MSG in it to make it taste better.
And so we go to the same place for the last 15 years. I get the same. Almond chicken's good too. But when I go to the the mall, if there are even malls around, but when you go to the Manchu Wok or the Panda Express, I don't get sesame chicken. I get like orange chicken, teriyaki. I'll mix it up. But in my local Chinese takeout place by our house, I've gotten the same thing for the last. They even know as soon as they call us, as soon as they recognize the voice of my wife or I, they already got the order down.
See, April, you're a trained cook. You see, I'm not. So like Mike said, but today when I called and they said it'll be 10 to 15 minutes, I went, oh shit, must be busy, right? It's never more than 10 minutes. But then you know what I do? And I don't drink soda really as a rule, but man, that's my guilty pleasure. When I get the Chinese, I get a ice cold cherry Coke.
Yeah,
and I love it.
You gotta be able to splurge a little bit. I mean, you gotta enjoy life. So
3,000 calories later before I'm in the cave.
Yeah. Let's see here. I was just making sure Uncle Cheech is on the schedule. I gave Uncle Cheech the standard link now to make life easy on him. So hopefully it doesn't mess it up. But
now, wait a minute. Look what April likes to drink.
Oh, Dr. Pepper with a Diablo sandwich.
With a Diablo sandwich. That's the way you got to have it, April.
That's the only time I have a Dr. Pepper. Got to have a Diablo sandwich.
And it's got to be fast.
Yes, absolutely. And my daughter, she's a Dr. Pepper, Mr. Pibb, whatever they have. I like Dr. Pepper too, but I don't really drink a lot of soda. I just don't drink a lot of soda. Soda is on a hot day. If I'm out in the yard, sometimes I'll just get one of those. We have those little miniature Cokes.
Yeah,
I'll do that. But there's no soda better than McDonald's Coke. I don't know what they put in that. It's definitely different. I think they have a special recipe.
No, you know what it is. I like the Dr. Pepper is the best, but for some reason with the Chinese food, it's got to be the ice cold cherry Coke. Pepsi. You know what? I love, like Mike said, especially. And I don't drink soda often, but when I do, it's either with Chinese food or if I got I got a hangover, I drank too much the night before, an ice cold Coke, either best from the McDonald's tap or even the little 10 ounces. Those are a home run. I love them.
I know your favorite drink back in the day is kind of the color of my shirt. I remember you used to love those back in the day.
Yes, it
not orange soda.
No, not the orange soda. Not as much. Yeah, you know what? Not as much Dr. Pepper up in Canada. That's true. That's more of a southern thing.
Vive le Québec!
C'est la meilleure province du monde entier.
I love it. Jesus. All right. So my Canes got in. Very excited about that. I feel bad. My man Doug is in the chat. I mean, we had all these plans and hopes. We're going to see the Canes, in the championship game. We're going to be beautiful seats. We have a great weekend out of it. And then the ACC just totally screwed up their tie. I mean, what a devastating, just big mess they created. So, when they did that, I don't know how much you follow it, Jimmy, but when they created that mess, what it did was it basically killed the ACC in getting the ACC representative in the playoffs. So Miami couldn't be the ACC representative because they didn't make the tiebreaker. So they had to get an at-large bid. So someone was going to fall short. And unfortunately, it was Notre Dame. Now, Notre Dame, their fans were crying. They were complaining. I'm arguing with people back and forth, and some people are taking it personal. There's no reason to take anything personal. I'm a Miami fan. I'm going to defend my team just like you would defend Notre Dame. But really, to me, the one that, who Notre Dame should have been arguing with was Alabama. And you never want to blame someone for going to a championship game. They went in the SEC championship, but they got throttled. I mean, absolutely embarrassed. Gave them 3 losses. And one of their losses was to Florida State that the committee just seemed to forget about, never wanted to mention it. So, to me, did Notre Dame get screwed? Maybe, but ultimately their argument should have been more with Alabama than with Miami. The other thing I would say is to put Tulane, to put James Madison in. I mean, they won't even put a spread on the James Madison game. The Tulane is like 20 points or whatever it is. It's going to be an embarrassment. So they should have just did the 12 best teams. Then you could have got Texas in. You could have got, Vanderbilt, Notre Dame. You would have been able to do a little bit better. But the college football is never going to be perfect. It's never going to be perfect. And, so we'll see what happens. But my Canes are in. So at the end of the day, that's all I care about. I mean, if my Hurricanes are in, they deserve it. They beat Notre Dame. Head-to-head, they beat them. I don't want no excuses. You watch that game, and now Notre Dame's crying. Jimmy, what do you think about this? Notre Dame's crying. Now, if they're in the top 12, they're guaranteed to be in the game. I mean, what a bunch of babies. Absolute bunch of babies.
Well, look at them. They're calling it a farce. They said, "Oh, great college football playoffs. I give up. I quit. You're too much of a farce today." You see what I said? I mean, come on, though. The whole thing, though, and that's my problem. That's why.
Let's bring Uncle Cheech to weigh in.
That's good. Yeah,
because he's a college football expert, so we'll definitely get Uncle Cheech in here. Go ahead, Jimmy. Finish.
But Uncle Cheech, that's the problem. It is such an inexact science, and it's so opinionated. The college football. That's why I've had so much issue getting into it, like I do the NFL. And I look at the hype and the spirit of college football is so much better in the NFL, but it's a subjective friggin' rankings and all this shit. That's a problem for me.
Yeah. What you say, Uncle Cheech? I know you're a big, heavy donor to the Canes. I'm sure you were in there with the committee's ear. I know you had something to do with the ACC channel playing that Miami game 8 times.
I hardly know anything about that.
What'd you say?
I hardly know anything about that.
Well, of course. I apologize.
You don't know about that.
But we wanted to send the message. I think the message was sent loud and clear to the committee that Miami, people forgot about that game. They dominated that game. I don't care what the score was. If you were at the game or watching it, Miami dominated both lines of scrimmage. They got conservative in the end to make it close. And that's Mario. That's his Achilles heel. That's what's got me nervous, them going to Texas A&M. But how are you feeling with the Canes?
No, I feel good. They deserve to be there. I don't care with Notre Dame, head-to-head. That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
That's why, or else don't play the game.
That's right. Don't play the game.
I don't care if it's the first game, last game, it doesn't make any difference.
Absolutely. Do you think they have an argument against Alabama, or do you take a stand of, hey, they played in the championship game, they had to play that extra game, you really don't want to penalize them for that? I mean, what's your thoughts on that?
That's tough. I kind of agree with you. They should change the format. Either first 14 teams or 12 teams, whatever they decide, whatever they rank, no matter what conference they're in, the top 12 go.
Did you hear what Mario Cristobal said today? Because him and Notre Dame have been the coach for Notre Dame. They've been jawing back and forth all over social media. Did you see what he said?
No, I didn't see that.
You didn't see that?
No.
They were sitting there and they're asking Mario. They said, "Hey, Notre Dame, they deserve a shot," and they're going back and forth. He grabbed the microphone from him and said, "I don't care what they're ranked. They didn't get no shot. Need that." And then the whole place just it was like a chaos zoo. It was just absolutely crazy after that. But Mario Cristobal stood firm. Miami deserved to be in it. I don't care what I didn't like how the rankings were week by week. They didn't change them. If Miami was the better team in their eyes, they should have just put it ahead of that and move on with it, right? So
that whole committee's a joke.
No, it is. It is. But Notre Dame, sour grapes, Jimmy, they pull out of the bowl game.
Did.
What are we
cowards,
about, Jimmy?
Cowards, a bunch of cowards. Now, Uncle Cheech, so Rick brought up a good point, which is neither here nor there as far as the college football committee, but they're pulling out of everything. But he feels sorry for the seniors and juniors trying to get some.
No, the kids want to play.
Yeah, exactly.
What kind of point you're trying to prove?
The 80 and the coach in the 80s proven that they're cowards.
Jimmy, do we need to call up Kelly Leak's dad and make him get the chant?
Now I got Peo McCartney says he's looking for the cave to 100% college football live streaming, but
they win. They put him in a bowl game, the T-bowl game or whatever the hell it is, and they'll probably win. Then they don't have to cry.
No, absolutely.
I think that's terrible on the athletic director's part. Them kids want to play, I'm sure. Guaranteed they want to play. No matter where it is, they want to play.
No, but, absolutely.
What they say, I don't like it. It's my ball. I'm going to go home.
That's it. They're a bunch of sore losers, and that's why I never really liked. That's why I've always had a thing against Notre Dame. And I would say this: Notre Dame is really the Dallas Cowboys of college football. I mean, they are the number one most viewed team, most talked about team, worldwide recognition. And, they bring a lot of money. And that's the part I was talking about Saturday morning on our show. What worried me was the money and that the committee, I didn't think they would pass up on Alabama. I just thought the money was going to be too much visibility and notoriety and all that stuff that goes with it with Notre Dame, that they were going to screw Miami out of it. I'm glad that
I thought for sure the money would be the issue, but I think they felt so much heat from people on the media. They were just pounding them at the head-to-head, pounding them day by day. I think they had no choice, even though financially they probably didn't want to do it, but the pressure was on.
No, you see, I think some Uncle Cheech's peers made him an offer they can't refuse.
Maybe.
Now we'll settle it on the field. I'm not concerned about any team in this field. I've watched. I haven't seen Tulane play, and I haven't seen.
I saw Tulane get worked by Ole Miss, didn't they? Like 45-10.
With that other little sin or whatever it is. I haven't seen them. I've seen everybody else play.
Yeah.
And I'm not really concerned. Ohio State didn't show me anything.
No.
If they didn't get that turnover deep in Indiana's territory, they would only had 3 points to show. Other than that, they did nothing.
Let me ask you this, Uncle Cheech, and I'm not saying this because Kelly's a dear friend of the mine and of course the Cowboys cave, but Texas Tech to me don't they have an argument to be number 2?
Yeah.
I mean, they destroyed. If BYU is what they said they were. They said they were a top 11 team. Absolutely annihilated. Could have been much worse. They showed mercy.
Beat the same team twice, and they beat the hell out of them twice.
Yeah. I think Pio. I love college football. I would love to do something like that. We might do it. I like talking college. It's just sometimes people want to talk Cowboys all the time, so it makes it more difficult. But I love talking college football. I think college football, in its prime, and now you got the playoffs. There's nothing like it. The atmosphere.
But when it comes to the rankings and this college football, I want to know who decides the standards.
Yeah, well, you saw on the thing, the people deciding the standards. There was a lot of people. I don't know, Jimmy, you saw the one guy screaming at the other guy, and the guy said, "Who are you?" Didn't you say it was like the Notre Dame and the guy they were?
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that on the SEA. He said, "Well, I'm the unsilent majority, big mouth."
They did. Good. Insult us.
So I can't pick any college games this week, and I'm not. So I could, but I'm not. I mean, some of the schools playing this week, except Army, Navy. I don't even know who they are. So.
No. Well, this is an opportunity to get people healthy. And I would say this. I want to take my first shot at Texas A&M. And, let's talk about this. I'm more worried about A&M than Ohio State. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm more worried about Texas A&M. Ohio State, I don't sweat them. I was not impressed. Show me a game where they were just absolutely so impressive. I haven't seen one. I think A&M is going to could give Miami trouble. But what I was going to say, they gave a little bulletin board material. I don't know if you remember back in the day that in the Cotton Bowl, you had the Texas offensive linemen say they're not worried about Russell Maryland and we got something for them. And then Russell Maryland was obviously the Outland Trophy winner, and all-world, All-American, and they annihilated Russell Maryland. They had 2 sacks, beat the hell out of Texas, destroyed their offensive line, embarrassed. Well, Texas A&M, their linemen they were at a press conference yesterday, and this is God's honest truth. I'm not BSing. The guy they said, how do you guys think you're going to handle Reuben Bain and their offensive line? He goes, Bain, don't worry us, and we got the players to stop them. So just go ahead and bring it. Something to that nature. They just basically dismissed them. So they're giving Miami a little fuel to the fire. So I'm looking forward to this matchup. Texas is a tough place. College Station, I was there when Miami played there about 3 years ago. It is a tough place to play, but Miami had them on the ropes. Easily could have won that game. We got them down to Miami last year, beat the hell out of them. So it should be pretty interesting.
Yeah, they're a good team. We're a good team.
Yeah.
They got the home field advantage and the ding-dong bell or cowbell. They still ring them things, bang them.
Yeah,
things.
they do. They do more cowbell.
But, Texas Tech, that's probably the one team that worries me.
Yeah, Tech's defense.
And Georgia, they look pretty strong out there. So,
yeah,
we play our game. Don't turn the ball over. We can beat any of these teams.
Yeah, got to play discipline too. Can't have stupid.
Can't have these pre-snap penalties all the time that keep sending us back. Got to be well disciplined.
Absolutely. I agree. Well, talk about discipline. I followed you. I don't know if did you have a great week because you're locked.
I had a terrible week.
Terrible week. Of course, I bet on them.
I had the whale even called me up and used profanity and threatened me with violence.
Jeez.
Yeah, such a bad week.
It's called dollar cost average. It's like the stock market. You do it every week, you're gonna make money. Uncle Cheech is the best. Better than any stockbroker in town.
Downhill.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, hopefully this week we can bounce back. Now the game I kicked myself for. And I'm surprised you didn't have it at your lock last week, but the Rams and Cardinals, I was so shocked at the line. The line was it was like 4.5 or something like that. And the Rams beat the living hell out of them. I bet heavy on that one. So I got that. I won the A&M. I trusted Kelly, gave me his word. He said, Texas Tech was going to roll. So I bet Texas Tech, won that one. Ohio State cost me. So I'm right back where I started with my money. So I need to know where do I need to put my money this week so I can double it up. I got a cruise coming up. I need some.
You want to double up, put it on Seattle and give the points.
Seattle and the points. That's going to be your you're starting with your lock of the week. Seattle Colts, their quarterback, tough break, out for the year.
They got their third quarterback. They don't even know where the other guy is. What's his name? Richardson?
Yeah. I think he's soul searching somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they're going to need some soul searching. Seattle looked real good.
They did
yesterday. Seattle's going to be at home. It's a real tough place to play. This is my lock all the way. I think they beat him easy.
I like it. See, Uncle Cheech started strong, Jimmy. Start strong. Go with that lock. I love it. What else do we got on the docket?
You guys keep freezing on me.
You're freezing on us, Uncle Cheech.
I don't want to disrespect you, but you froze.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, well, you're freezing. People be freezing here.
What's your next one? Who's freezing in chat? Tell us who's freezing. Anybody?
I don't know. It's going to be 10 degrees up here tonight. I'm going to be
10 degrees cooler.
See what they say, Jimmy. What's your next pick, Uncle Cheech? What do we got?
All right, Arizona, Houston. You just told me how much Arizona stakes. Houston, they only need to score 14. They're going to win the game.
Yeah.
I don't care who they play.
It's like a potpourri of answers here.
They had a little better offense, but Arizona, they should cover easily.
Oh, I agree.
Their youth defense, you saw what they did to Kansas City last time.
Yeah. Houston is, I mean, do we dare say Houston is peaking at the right time, and they're going to be very dangerous team
if they stay healthy, that'd be the one team I'd be afraid of. If they
don't have the running back, right? Mixon's out. I don't know. I think that's could be their Achilles.
I'm saying they only need to score 14.
Yeah. No, I get you.
The other team, they don't score.
Yeah. Well, no, that's true. But I'm with you. I'm betting both of those picks. I love those picks. And I'm not big on giving that many points in NFL. Very dangerous. You're talking double digit.
Yeah, I didn't like that either, but what it is, it is. I didn't really like the other ones too much. So.
Yeah.
All right, the Jets at Jacksonville. Jacksonville looked real good. The Jets got destroyed by the Dolphins at home in the cold on top of it.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear a stat, Uncle Cheech, on the Dolphins?
What's that?
You want to hear an interesting stat I heard today on the Dolphins?
Oh, yes.
They have the same record as the Chiefs. I couldn't believe it.
Hey, they're right behind the Chiefs.
I couldn't believe
playoff contention.
I couldn't believe
it. The Chiefs are done. They're out.
I know, but the Dolphins, I thought they had like 2 wins. They have 6 wins.
Not like won like 4 in a row now.
Yeah. No.
4 or 5, something like that.
Jags
the Jets, I thought for sure they'd crumble in the cold weather, and they didn't. And the Jets were just horrible.
What's going on up in New York with the Jets, Jimmy?
Oh, it's a disaster, man. Well, then again, they friggin' took care of my Falcons in the last minute last week and knocked us out. But yeah,
everybody's taking care of your Falcons.
Yeah, tell me about it. They're not taking care of us, but that's another. Yeah, who was somebody up here made a comment. I held on to it for football. Oh yeah, here it is. Sorry, Jimmy, about the Falcons. Are you still? Of course. Look, I'm a diehard fan. I'm not going to give up because we out of the playoff or because our coach sucks or offensive coordinator sucks. I'm still a diehard fan.
Yeah.
I wish we could have helped you yesterday. I wish we could have took care of Seattle, but
you
made us like a joke.
Oh, all right. So your upset is intriguing. You got your upset. That's intriguing.
Well, because they're getting 12.5.
It is, but I thought it was one of the best games Sunday. I bet on this game, the Browns and the Titans. So
yeah.
I thought it was. I said there's no way Cam Ward is going to lose the Shador because they're so competitive with each other, and they end up winning the game. Whoops, I misspelled Titans. I apologize. I was rushing. Titans over the Niners, getting 12.5.
San Francisco's not Cleveland, but if they play a good game, they might cover the 12.5.
Yeah.
I had to pick something, and that happened to be it. So
that's a lot of points. I mean,
that's
the NFL, that's a lot of points, right, Jimmy? That's a lot of points.
It's a lot of points.
Hey, anybody can win at any time. It's just the way it is.
You see.
Why my pick tonight?
I wanted to see. Are you sticking with what you said? Are you going with?
I'm still taking the Chargers plus 2.5.
All right, up to 2.5.
Traveling across country, coast to coast, not the middle of the country, coast to coast.
That's a long way. Now, I got in some conversation, Jimmy.
You were playing Herbert.
Yeah.
Say what?
Herbert starting.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'll take the Chargers.
I don't think Hampton's playing. If anyone knows, if they heard of Hampton's playing, let me know. Put that in the chat. But I think he's out. I thought they activated him, but he was questionable, so I'm not sure if he's playing. Let me ask you, because I talked to some Eagle fans in the chat and then comments, and sensible ones. And, I did a show, and I said, the Cowboys' path, Hampton's active. I like it. That's big because their run defense is terrible. The Cowboys' path, and we're going to get into it on the second part of this show, the path to the playoffs is getting rough. But I think one of the options is the division. And, looking at the schedule of the Eagles, looking at the Cowboys have to win out. If the Eagles, lose to the Chargers, lose to the Bills, and somehow lose to the Commanders, which they look like shit, so I don't know if that's going to happen. I think the Cowboys can get it. But what he said, if the Eagles lose tonight, the implosion is going to be in full effect on this team. And do you guys?
Yeah, I can't believe they stumbled the way they have, but proof's in the pudding here. So you guys got a shot. I mean, if you got to win out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what?
You won 2 out of the 3 you were supposed to.
And I was fine with that.
But you got to win out for any shot.
Yeah.
I sat here last week and I said it. There's only one team coming out of the NFC East. Last week I said it would be the Cowboys. You guys shot yourself in the foot the other day. But that being said, Philly's just spiraling. You know what? They lose tonight. I still say it's Dallas taking the East. Tonight, if they win tonight, then it's a little.
Win tonight, it's over. Win tonight, the East is over.
It's great.
Yeah.
I mean, it just fell too far behind early.
And Buffalo needs to win.
Buffalo's going to be desperate.
Yes.
Yeah. So, well, that's interesting. Well, Uncle Cheech, definitely appreciate you coming in. The little college football. We're going to be talking a lot of college as a playoff gets going on. Unfortunately, I'm very upset with my wife right now. She booked a cruise, family cruise, and we leave on the 19th. So I'll be watching the games from the boat. I'm not happy.
I hope they have TV on that boat.
They got TV. I've already made sure everything's planned out. But the next round is if the Canes win, they play Ohio State at AT&T. So may make another trip out to AT&T. We'll see what happens, but hopefully it'll happen. But definitely, Uncle Cheech, looking forward to next week. And
if we get to the show, we're going to be home, right?
Say what? Yes, they're in Miami. Absolutely.
In Miami, though. That's what we're talking about. I'll be there.
Yes. We're already working on sideline passes. I know you're a heavy donor. They got you the gold member and all your Hurricanes Gold Club and stuff like that. So I'm sure they're going to take care of you. Just hopefully you got a few crumbs for your old pal Mikey. Get me in there. I appreciate it. All right. We'll see you, Uncle Cheech. Take care.
All right, guys. Enjoy the game tonight.
Yes.
Buonasera, zia Cheech. Had a próximo.
I don't know, Jimmy. Everyone was saying you're having trouble, and you were freezing on me, so I don't know what was going on.
Uncle Cheech was freezing on me.
See, you're freezing out.
But I am?
Yeah.
Right, hold on. But wait. Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine.
There
it's just your face freezes up. Sometimes you're making a very, very tough face that's hard to look at. But
as long as I've got a good profile, that's all that matters. So we got Peo. I just want to answer. He asked, how did I become a Falcons fan?
Of course, share that story.
Got it. So I'm a Yankees fan forever. I was a Jets fan as a kid. When I was 15 years old, Deion Primetime Sanders was a New York Yankee, and I liked his style. I liked, he would talk shit and run his mouth and all this. So when he was on the Falcons, it was kind of a match made in heaven for Jimmy D. I said, I'm no longer a Jets fan. I'm pledging allegiance to the Falcon. It's been like that since '89.
Well, thank God you're not a Jets fan. That'd be pretty rough.
It'd be worse.
Tell me about Those are some absolutely rough years. So let's get Uncle Cheech out of here. Get our so the
Cuts. I'm 2 episodes behind, Cuts. It's good right now. It's good.
So the Cowboys, is running the table going to be enough? It's going to be enough for them to get into playoffs. Here's the scenario for you guys. If you're playing at home and you're trying to figure out how do the Cowboys get into playoffs, the first path is going to be they got to win out. If they lose one game, it's over. So let's say they win out. They're going to be 10-6-1. They got to look at those teams that are ahead of them. You can't have any team with 11 wins. 10 wins is good because there is no tiebreaker because the Cowboys had the tie. 10 wins is going to get them in. Well, here's where the trouble starts for them. The trouble is you got the Bears and the 49ers. You got both of them with 9 wins. But the Bears still have to play Green Bay again. They play Detroit.
Yeah.
They're what I would say is if you're a fan, come next week, come next weekend, you're going to have a pretty good idea if the Cowboys got a shot. They beat Minnesota. The Bears lose their next game or the Niners lose their next game. They'd have to win out in order for them to be in. So it would put a lot of pressure on them. The option for the division, Philadelphia has to lose 3 of 4, and Dallas has to win out. Now, they play the Commanders twice. They play the Bills, and they play tonight against the Chargers. Chargers, you got an option. Bills, you got an option. The Commanders look pathetic. So, I think the division is going to be very hard for the Cowboys to do by winning out. I think their best path is going to be the wild card.
No, and I'll tell you one thing real quickly. Rick and Chris, yeah, I used to be up on that area for my kids' hockey. We used to be in Mass all the time. I live an hour north of New York City. Anyways, getting back to what you're saying. So you were hoping Chicago was going to beat Green Bay last night.
It's kind of, it didn't matter because what I'm saying is if Chicago won, then I wanted Green Bay to lose again to them. But if Green Bay beats, I don't want them splitting because splitting is the worst case scenario. You want Chicago to lose again to Green Bay. It's a numbers game. The tie will work in their advantage if it's 10 wins. But if one of these teams get to 11 wins, it's over. It's all over, Jim.
It's all over.
All over.
wait, we have a pessimist here saying it's already all over.
No,
on, you gotta have that.
It's over. Let's just say it's over.
you gotta have confidence. Come on.
I'm always an optimistic, and until I see the eliminated thing come across the screen, the Cowboys got a shot. I mean, they put them. Here's what people got to understand. The part of fans that bug me sometimes is the Cowboys. You're up here. You're never in the middle. And the Cowboys lost to the Lions on the road. I mean, they needed that win, no doubt about it. I mean, they should have, I wanted a better performance. They played 3 games in 11 days. It wasn't realistic, so I'm not mad about the loss at the Lions. You know what I'm pissed at? I'm pissed off at the home loss to the Cardinals. I'm pissed off to the road loss to the Bears when they were depleted and didn't have a win.
You got to look back.
Those are the games.
Why do you think? And early in the season, you guys laugh at me when I say, geez, I wanted whatever, the Dolphins to beat the Saints, whatever it might be. I always want everything possible early in the season to happen because you don't know what's going to happen week 12, 13, 14. So from week 1, I want them AFC teams to beat the NFC teams. I want my division to lose from week 1.
Yeah. No, absolutely. You can't. I mean, that's the thing. The Cowboys put themselves in this position early in their season. We all knew this was going to be a tough stretch, and they beat Philly, they beat the Chiefs, and they lost to the Lions. I figured. I mean that was the one I was penciling as a loss in the beginning of the year. The Cowboys are going to if they win out, they got 10 wins. Typically, 10 wins, double-digit wins usually get you in the playoffs. But this year, these other teams aren't losing, and then you got to jump ahead. You got the Lions ahead of you. Now, they have the tiebreaker. The Panthers are ahead of them with the tiebreaker. So you're going to need some collapses. I mean, you're going to need some major collapses, and it's going to be hard. Make no mistake about it, Jimmy. It's not going to be an easy path.
And you got a loaded NFC West. Now, I know they got to play each other a little bit, but man, they got 3 solid teams out there. Yeah. I don't know what the rest of their schedule is, but
they all play each other. I mean, pretty much everyone plays each other. So they're going to be knocking and some of these games are going to be knocking each other around. So that's why I say the option is there for something to happen where you could see a team going 1-3 in the end or this and that. But the Cowboys, it's an unfortunate thing, but you put yourself in this position and they got to deal with it. And you go back to, I hate to keep saying it, you go back to Arizona, you go back to Chicago. You can even talk about the Green Bay game. We had that game 1, ended up going into a tie. Those are going to always come back to haunt you. And Dallas, I mean, I'm looking at Panthers, Lions, Bears. I mean, we don't have a tiebreaker. The only thing I'd say is my man Tank Lawrence. I mean, he said he was going to Seattle for a chance to win a Super Bowl. Maybe he knew more than we did because Seattle's looking pretty good.
We're not playing that great. We need a new coach. We need a new offensive coordinator. But they kicked our ass up and down that field. We shot ourselves in the foot early when we had some chances, and they took advantage of it and effed us up. Yeah. It wasn't. And you know what? I wanted Raheem Morris and Zach Robinson out this morning, bag and baggage. It didn't happen. Arthur Blank better not be a coward. You better do the right thing.
Yeah, I've never, like I said, it's nothing personal to him, but never thought he was a good head football coach. I don't know why your owner made that hire. It makes no sense. I know he was a coach there and yada yada, but it's the Falcons have a young nucleus. You see what happens with Pitts. He's going to be a free agent. He hasn't really lived up to the hype, to be honest with you. So I don't know if you're missing anything. If I wouldn't resign him for any kind of money, he hasn't produced.
Dude, and our defense,
Arthur Blank is going to have to get a legit Head coach, you guys are talented. The defense is talented. If you believe in Penix, you got a young quarterback. You've got young receiver. You got one of the best running backs in the NFL. You have got to, is that true? There's no way.
That's the second time I've seen that comment in here. That's
is that true? Are you guys bullshitting or is that true? Someone verify that.
Yeah, and Count Christo, you beat me to it. Penix is out for at least 6 weeks next year. So we need a legitimate quarterback. Kirko ain't going to be it. It's just not going well for him in Atlanta. I don't mean even the stats. Up until yesterday, he played his last 3 games okay. It's just the fans have already ousted him. So we need a legit quarterback, and I don't know where that's coming from. Our defense is pretty damn good. Those edges we got in the draft are phenomenal. Yeah. So it's all coaching.
Yeah.
And it goes to show you.
Your defense is there. I mean, they can bounce back quickly, but quarterback is going to be a problem. If Penix is out, you're going to have to get somebody with some experience that can hold it down until he returns. And then you know how that goes. It's going to take him a little while. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But, looking around in the NFL, I don't know if you guys, saw it before we get into Kansas City, the Ravens in that game-ending touchdown, their tight end caught it. I mean, I always thought once you crossed the plane, it's in the end zone. It looked like he had it long enough to where that should have been a touchdown. Am I the only one who didn't see it that way or what?
No, you're right. And it's so subjective. These damn rules week to week. You don't know what you're going to get. Pass interference called. I mean, this is supposed to be the one call that's easy to make, and especially with replay.
Yeah. I think sometimes they end up replaying stuff and they just look for a reason to overturn things. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like they slow it down and just to make it to where. But that cost the Ravens, and that put the Steelers, in position to win that division. I believe they got to play each other again. Maybe, I don't know. They all play each other. It's kind of weird the way they did. Some of the teams play each other like in 2 or 3 weeks or whatever.
Yeah, which is stupid.
Games, which the Eagles and Commanders are doing that, but. Looking at Kansas City, Jimmy, I mean, is this the end of the era in Kansas City? I mean, it's just been
I stuck by exactly what I said 2 weeks ago. They're over the hump. I mean, in a bad way. Their glory years are over. I mean, look, Kelsey's dropping like 2 weeks in a row. He dropped something against you guys. He dropped 1 or 2. Dropped an easy pass yesterday, and they just don't look the same. Yeah. They do not. Hey, they had their glory days. It's over.
Yeah.
It's all over.
All over. Now Count's saying Steelers and Ravens are done. Steelers are
the Steelers are in front of their division right now.
Yeah. I mean, they're gonna have a shot. I mean, they're gonna have a shot in the playoffs unless Cincinnati lost. So Cincinnati, had this outside shot if things were to happen. But I don't think I think Cincinnati's pretty much done now too, aren't they?
They're hanging on by
Kyler Murray might be
Kyler Murray, and he would fit well in our offense, man. I'm telling you, that's actually a great Rick. I appreciate that. That's Rick. But at Cincinnati, they were winning early. They actually were coming back in the end of the game. Buffalo, and I told you guys, it was going to be Buffalo on the Rams. I told you this 2 weeks ago. Buffalo did what they had to do. They're the team. They're the quarterback and the team that has been there and done that the last few years. Now, if they don't get over the hump this year, and I'm wrong, they're screwed.
Yeah. Count. He was saying they already played each other twice. I misunderstood what he was saying. So that's good. So it must be the Bengals. The Bengals, don't the Bengals play the Ravens again? I don't know. It was some weird thing where all these teams are playing each other quick. But it's then you see the Colts. The Colts, obviously, Daniel Jones, feel bad. They were having a nice little year, and they've just kind of started reeling. And I think they're hanging on to the playoffs by a thread. They'll probably end up getting bounced out.
He's out by a C hair. They're hanging on, and he was on a 1-year contract with Indy. They only had him for a year. And Horseface and Jacksonville are taking care of their business, man.
Yeah. And then the Jags. I mean, but I'm just telling you, the Texans and Dallas, just to give you guys early surprise. The Cowboys play the Texans next year, and at Texans, we're going to do a Cowboys Cave Road show. We'll probably do not the big tailgate party, but we'll be doing something. We got some friends. We're going to get a group down there, have some fun, and go to the Cowboys Texans game. So definitely, if you guys are in the Houston area or near there, that's going to be a fun game. It's always good to get that interstate rivalry, even though it's not like the Oilers and Cowboys, it's Texans and Cowboys. But it is what it is. So
there's going to be a tailgate in the Planet Houston next season.
yeah, I think so. Just we're gonna a little get together. I mean, we're gonna do our official Cowboys Cave tailgate party at AT&T. It's just we were looking at a road game, and we've been doing the Carolina. We've been doing Carolina, but Carolina and Dallas will not be playing next year, no matter what. So we got to find a new spot. And I saw that the Texans were playing down. Dallas was playing down there. So that might be a lot of fun. And I know we got some listeners and stuff that are down in that area. So give it an opportunity for us to all get together. So
look at Chris is saying that Green Bay has Denver, Buffalo, and New England.
They do
not easy.
The New England I know they have Denver. I wasn't. How do they have? Is that just the way the schedule worked out?
I guess so.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
That they're playing two AFC East teams. That's interesting. But hey, that's going to be tough for them to. They can easily lose 2 or 3.
They play? They must have played the East then this year, and maybe the interconference game is Green Bay.
Could be.
Yeah.
Crisco saw the Cowboys saw J.J. Watt. Oh, the J.J. Watt game.
Oh, that was that crate where Romo did the Houdini act, and who was that? Terrence Williams. He hit in the end zone for a touchdown, if my memory serves me.
So speaking, I'm gonna maybe I'm touching a nerve. Maybe I'm trying to create a little drama. What's this? I hear about some people bitching, or maybe some come out of the locker room about Pickens hot dogging it a little bit last week at the game.
Well, I mean, that was a hot topic in the media, the national media. I'll be honest with you, I don't. I'm not getting sucked into the vortex of the drama. I know what's his name? Richard Sherman had some words to say, and Pickens snapped back at him. Pickens is very important to this team, and he is a game changer. And, none of the team looked right against Detroit. So I'm not going to, I mean, maybe tired. I don't want to use the Tank Lawrence thing. 3 games in 11 days, a lot of emotion. That Eagle game was very emotional. The Thanksgiving Day game was emotional. And maybe they just had a letdown. I mean, they're human. I needed them to play their better game, but I don't really put a lot into it. I would have zero reservation signing Pickens. Pickens is, to me, still one of the best receivers in the NFL. He had a bad game. I'm sure there were some things he'd like to have back. But I'm just move on to the next week. But the media is going to latch on to anything they can about the Cowboys to kind of make it bigger than it is.
So you're saying there's a bunch of false lies and propaganda is what you're telling me?
It could be, yeah. And it looked like he got a little nicked up early. So I don't know. A special team. Thank you, Cal. I mean, when you're starting off at the 50-yard line every freaking time, I mean, let that put the energy where it needs to go in the special team, because people are giving the defense shit. I thought the defense, for the most part, I thought they held their own. I mean, Gibbs was going to make his big plays. I mean, we limited that the best we could, but the guy's he's unbelievable. He didn't run all over us. He just was out in the passing game and just absolutely annihilates. I mean, we've had some weak spots, but the defense didn't play their best, but they didn't play their worst.
But like you said, the special teams have given up a lot of real estate, so they not good.
Yeah.
So look at Chris talking about next year's schedule.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about next year. But I mean, the schedule looks good. It could be, but you know how it is, man. Every year is different. What you thought, we thought this gauntlet coming down the stretch, the Vikings were supposed to be really good. Well, they're not very good. The Panthers were supposed to be a layup. They end up being better than we thought. The Bears were supposed to be a layup. They're better. So you just don't know. I don't know if like I said with Eberflus, I'm going to do an incomplete until the year is done. I think the team needs continuity. I think one of the things I don't like with Eberflus and looking at some of the stuff is I'm like, where's Overshown? I don't see them blitzing him. I don't see them trying to get him involved to try and wreak some havoc on some plays. So, I mean, there's some things there that concern me, but I mean, let's just be honest. Murray, who I thought would be a solid guy, he has been absolutely terrible at linebacker. And if you have any weak spots up the middle, you know that, Jim. You got to be strong up the gut.
You got to be strong.
Maybe Logan Wilson's that bad too. I don't know, because I'm not seeing much. I'm not even seeing him beating him out.
Yeah, I thought that too with Douglas. I thought you guys talked about that last week, that Diggs was supposed to be back.
I thought Diggs would be back, and then they held him out another week, and I guess it's going to be the Vikings. I mean, we'll see. I'd love to go to Seattle. That's my bucket list, to go to a game there. I'm not saying I won't go there. I may end up there at a game. Because if I don't go to this one, it's like 8 years. I'll be like 60. I'll be getting close to 60. I might be too old to be going to travel.
I'll tell you what was fun when I went to see the Falcons. Well, besides the outcome of the game, when I saw the Falcons in San Francisco earlier this year, that's a nice stadium. The fans are cool. I was able to get like I get after a couple of cocktails, joking around and they were cool. It was just a good time and a
now,
really
is
nice
that
stadium.
Because you're the Falcons, like it seems like when the Cowboys, like some of the fans aren't as cool.
No, I don't know. I mean, remember we were 25, 30 years ago, we were NFC rivals, NFC West rivals with them. So I don't know if some of those people got old and I'm just, they're too young to remember, but no, they were pretty cool. I mean, there was some good traveling Falcons that weekend. We had some good representation. It was just, there was no bullshit, no fights, no arguing. So they were cool, and I could take and dish it out.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I mean, I'm all for fun, man. I love just having a good time with the fans. It's something, as long as you don't have to act like an ass. But that Sean, I agree. That was my thing. Like when we were putting pressure on Goff, he was making bad throws, throwing 5 feet in front of him, off target, and we got away from it and we stopped getting pressure on him. And that Goff is a good quarterback. If you let him just sit back there with St. Brown, with Gibbs, and the weapons that they got, you're not going to stand a chance. So I think the Cowboys do not blitz enough to try and create more pressure. The back end of your secondary, that's kind of your weak spot. So I get, they're afraid to bring more because then you're leaving them on an island. But shit, man, I'd just rather just take my chances with that. Because if you give him 8 seconds to throw the ball, well, he's gonna find someone anyway.
Hell, man, anybody who's got that long in the back, in the pocket's going to find somebody and hit a 20 or 30 yarder. But at the end of the day, I agree with you. When I watch you guys, you're bringing it, then you lay off.
Yeah,
right? Then you're playing conservatively, and I don't understand.
I don't. And make sure you guys hit that subscribe. Make sure you hit the thumbs up right below there, right below our beautiful faces. Hit the like. That probably didn't look good on camera, but you know what I mean. Hit the like and appreciate. We got almost 300 of you guys hanging out in the cave on all our platforms. You can be on YouTube. We always love you over on YouTube. Hit that subscribe. We've been gaining subscribers, which we definitely appreciate. Having great shows. At a great show on Saturday. We got a live show on Wednesday to get you ready for the weekend. I know Kelly's still probably out drinking and partying from Texas Tech, that beatdown that they gave and getting into the college football championship. So definitely tune into the live shows. It's a lot of fun and always appreciate it. So
did you set up our OnlyFans stream yet?
I'm working on it.
Okay.
I'm working on it.
That should be a premium payment for people looking like
we
us.
do. And we also, because we hit certain levels, and I'm not asking for any of this, but I know people do super chats and do things. If you want to support the channel, you could be a member. You get a member subscription. I think it's $4.99 a month. You can do that. You're not obligated to it, but once we get that going, it's brand new. I'll probably do some giveaways to those members. I'm always one, man. If anyone's doing that, I want to be able to give back. So if you guys do any of that if you're interested in that, I think it's $4.99 a month. You can do a membership, but definitely appreciate it.
And we appreciate Bobby's and Carl's
not
support.
Obligated in any way. I want to stress that subscribing is free. Hit the subscribe, hit the like button. Watch us while you're working. That way, you're relaxing and you maybe get a laugh. Watch us again and see if you missed anything. But definitely, and thank you, April. Not necessary. I tell you guys, man, please.
Thank you.
Definitely not necessary. But once we get that going, I'm going to do some giveaways. I'm going to do some different things for that, just to kind of, give back. I also say, if any of you guys follow Jesse Holly, definitely, he's doing a great charity for kids. I know I donated and I sent him some, from our tailgate. We won $250 gift cards. I sent that to him. Also made a monetary donation. And with my kids growing up, I want to help some other kids. So if you're in that position where you've got, your kids are grown up and you're trying to think about what do I do for Christmas, send a few bucks over to Jesse Holly. It's a great charity. And kids shouldn't be, have disappointing Christmas, man.
No, I know, right? You feel badly. And, and it's nice, if you can give back. And I tell you, and that's one thing, any of the super chats, anything like that. Like Mike said, it's not necessary, but I know he either puts it back in the channel, puts it toward the tailgate, or puts it toward good stuff like that.
Yeah, always goes back into the funnel of the family. So
yes,
definitely appreciate it and all that kind of stuff. But Jimmy, we got the college football, we got the crybaby Notre Dame stuff out of the way. What do you? I mean, you got the Charger Eagle game is going to be starting. I'll be honest with you, and I need your help. I usually put a few bucks down just to keep interest, $20. I mean, it'd be very, monetary. I don't know what to put it. I mean, part of me says the Eagles implode. Part of me says the Eagles are going to be just like, they're going to come out with something to prove, and they're going to be mad and they're going to be angry. I mean, what do you guys think in the chat? I mean, do you guys, being honest, let's just be objective. Do you think the Eagles, they've been very bad on offense. They seem to be imploding. Do you think in your heart of hearts that this is going to continue? Or do you think this is going to be the wake up call for the Eagles to end the snide? What's going on?
And I want to say,
I got to place a bet.
So I want to say first, Chris and Rick, appreciate it. And Count, I'm really glad they adjourned you. That's pretty cool. Worked out perfectly. And yeah, we got an original 6 this weekend. Count Christo, I can't wait. But tonight, you know what? The Eagles are a shit show. They really are, man. And they got locker room issues. They got I don't care what anybody says. AJ Brown's still pissed. Barkley ain't running the ball. Their offensive line is terrible. They're bitching about their offensive coordinator. They're a disaster, and they're going to lose tonight.
All right. Well, Count Christo tells us to take the chart. Does anyone in here think I should bet the Eagles? Remember, you got to bet with your mind, not with the heart. I want to be, money is green. I don't want to be stupid. The points is kind of like it's 2 points, or 2.5. So it's not really, you're picking a winner. So I am going to, I'm going to stick with them because no one says the Eagles. No one. Chargers beat the Eagles. So I'm going on the app, and I'm just going to go ahead and bet the Chargers, like you guys said. And these are some of the things that we'll do with the subscriptions. I will be making bets for people as we get going, just out of surprise. I may send you a message and say, hey, give me a game to bet. If it wins, then you get the money. The line just went down to 1. So Hampton's playing and Herbert's playing. So people are digging the Chargers, so I'm going to put a little bet on them right now. And just so you know, I placed a bet. I placed the bet for the Chargers to win. I do $25 a game. I know, hey, but I win $47.73, and then I reinvest. I do a little at a time, just something to keep the interest.
Dollar cost averaging. That's what it's about. Yeah. Everybody's saying that the Chargers are going to win.
Doug is the money line. Maybe I should have done the money line instead of the point.
Yeah,
that would have got me. That would have got me straight up winning. That would have got me $50 instead of 47. Damn it!
So I want to ask you.
Doug when I needed him earlier. See, I'm not a professional gambler.
No, neither am I. I listen to Uncle Cheech's picks on the teams, but he always talks about not doing parlays. I see a lot of people doing the player parlays. That's the big thing I'm hearing about, and I just see that, in my opinion, at some point it's going to be addressed because that's so easy to get to those guys. Professionals like Uncle Cheech's peers, they can easily get to those guys.
Isn't that what the NBA guys got in trouble with?
Yeah, that's exactly. Our certain people in the New York City business community in the Italian neighborhoods, they got to them, and that's what they were doing. They said, look, you're gonna do this because what happens is some of these guys get deep in the hole doing backdoor gambling games and all this shit. So now they owe a lot of money. They got to pay the VIG. They can't pay the VIG, and now they're having they got to pay the piper somehow. So there's shaded points and this and that.
Yeah, you got to watch. I'm playing. My thing I bet on the most now is table tennis. And I don't know. They have it all day, all night, and it's not like professional tennis. This looks like me and you playing ping pong.
Really?
Oh yeah, and I do like 4. I picked 4 guys, and my brother won $1,300. He hit a parlay. Nine guys he picked, ended up winning $1,300.
Table tennis. Yeah, it is newfangled. It is the newfangled point shaving because it's player parlays. It's easy to do. You only need one guy on the take, and that's it. Oh, highlight. Remember highlight?
That was back when I lived in Miami. That was highlight was the game.
They had the Cesta and the Poloni, whatever it is. I remember that, man. Remember Joey was the big guy down in Dania.
Absolutely.
Even Cuts is laughing about the table tennis.
I'm telling you, Cuts. I'll send you a video. I'll tell you a video. And I tried to tell him. I told him I called it honky ball, and Mark didn't understand what I was referring to.
Oh, Mark.
I said, you didn't watch South Central?
Great movie.
Great movie. And Mark, I guess, never watched it. Cuts finally, once I sent the picture, he's like, oh, I know that movie.
You're really getting a light honky ball, aren't you?
Yeah.
I like that.
But anyway.
You know what? I saw yesterday on CBS, they had Major League Fishing. I'm like, what? I want to bet on Major League Fishing now that you're doing table tennis.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it is. I don't know if any of you guys have an app where you can do the table tennis. Just got to watch it.
Counts. He knows what's going on. We got to talk to him and get.
Is he betting table tennis?
Yeah, he said he's an Asian guy, so he says he's betting table tennis. So he knows.
The one that I needed to win, he was like 90 years old, and I'm telling you, they're betting like this. They're betting they're playing like underhand, like you and I would, not like hitting hard and doing all that. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Maybe we should enter that then.
I think I'm going to see what the circuit is, but they play all day, all night. It's on the Hard Rock app, the Florida, the Hard Rock app. It's on there and bet it all the time. It's crazy.
It's amazing. You can bet anything and everything nowadays, right? It's
my wife said I'm borderline degenerate once she saw that I was betting on table tennis, and I showed her the video.
The only thing I will bet on is always bet on Forrest Gump.
Yeah, that's true.
I bet on harness racing. That's my guilty pleasure.
I like harness racing.
Oh, I love it.
Too.
No, harness is the best. I know how to bet, and I'm pretty good at it. But all this other stuff, I follow Uncle Cheech's team picks, but all these player parlays, I'm not doing it.
I get too nervous about the player parlay. I'm not as great with it, but yeah. So anyway, Below Deck is going to be starting, and then obviously the Eagle Chargers game starting. So definitely appreciate you guys hanging out in the cave. Loved it. Always good laughs, good memories. Reminiscing on some things. Always spark a memory, and definitely appreciate it. Hit that like, hit that subscribe on your way out. We'll be back live Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Going to have a great time, and we will see you. Jimmy, have a wonderful week. Hopefully your Knicks are doing good. Are your Knicks playing well? I don't even know.
Second place. Yeah, we're playing really well. Hey, the Heat aren't that bad either. They're playing.
No, the Heat's been doing good. Mike has been all excited with them.
So now, if only my New York Rangers, who are looking a little better, but we got Montreal this Saturday. I think somebody said it earlier in the chat. And they're pretty good. So I don't know how that's going to go, but we're playing better.
Awesome. Appreciate it, guys. You guys take care. We'll see you.
Give me somebody that's hungry. Give me somebody that's hungry. I need somebody.